The Real Housewives of Orange County are back with another episode that proves one thing. Tamra Judge and Gretchen Rossi will never, ever move on. Season 19, Episode 14, titled Hoedown, Throwdown, gives us yet another exhausting ride through the same feud we've seen for over a decade. It's wild, dramatic, and honestly kind of tiring, but that's exactly what makes it RHOC. This time, both women bring their signature chaos to the screen, and even though we're all over it, we can't look away. Tamra and Gretchen are like two sides of the same coin, constantly fighting, pointing fingers, and accusing each other of being the problem. The episode starts with Tamra meeting Katie, someone we haven't seen in ages. It's supposed to be a big moment, but it ends up being super anticlimactic. Katie basically repeats old talking points, nothing new comes up, and it feels like a waste of everyone's time. Tamra claims she's just trying to get closure, but really, she's doing the same thing she accuses Gretchen of, digging up dirt and talking to old enemies. Meanwhile, Gretchen is busy doing exactly what Tamra's doing. When Emily tells her that she might have said something defamatory about Tamra, Gretchen immediately pulls out her phone to find an old blog post or podcast where Tamra said something mean about her. It's like a never-ending cycle. One says something, the other retaliates, and the whole feud resets. Even Emily admits that both women are guilty of the same behavior. It's like watching two people fight their own reflections. They keep throwing accusations, calling each other toxic, and claiming moral high ground when neither one actually has it. At one point, Gretchen goes full therapist mode and calls Tamra a textbook narcissist, saying she loves to stir the pot and then gaslight everyone into thinking she's innocent. It's classic Housewives language, dramatic, overused, and designed to sting. But what's funny is that Gretchen ends up doing the exact same thing herself. She blames Emily for making her call Slade on camera, which is what led to Slade spilling that Tamra allegedly hooked up with a guy from 98 Degrees. Instead of owning up to her own mess, Gretchen tries to shift the blame, which is exactly what she says Tamra does. The two of them are stuck in this endless loop of denial, finger pointing, and emotional gymnastics. It's been going on for years, and fans are starting to feel like they're trapped in the same argument over and over again. The only real way out would be for one of them to leave the show or finally admit they just can't stand each other. But that's unlikely, because this feud is the fuel that keeps both of them relevant. And then, of course, we have Slade Smiley, Gretchen's partner and professional drama magnate. Slade is like a walking reminder of everything annoying about old school housewives. He's always in the mix, even though no one really wants him there. During the episode, he throws shade at Eddie, Tamra's husband, saying that none of the guys respect Eddie because he lets Tamra say whatever she wants. But that statement makes zero sense because Slade barely interacts with the guys, and Eddie has actually tried to calm Tamra down many times. Remember last season, when Tamra got drunk at Katie's house and started ranting about Ryan's FBI situation. Eddie was literally trying to stop her and tell her to chill. So Slade's Eddie doesn't do anything claim just doesn't hold up. It's ironic, too, because Slade himself never stops Gretchen from talking trash. In fact, he often joins in. He's the kind of guy who says he wants to stay out of the drama, but always finds himself right in the center of it. Whether it's making shady jokes in his so-called comedy routine or backing up Gretchen when she starts trouble, Slade is always part of the chaos. He says he's above it all, but let's be honest. He loves the attention. And then there's the moment that every Housewives fan loves, the weird, random subplot that has nothing to do with the main drama. This time, it's Shannon and her dog Archie visiting a pet psychic. Yes, you read that right. A psychic for dogs. Shannon wants to know what her furry friend is thinking and whether he wants another dog in the house. The psychic, named Keo, gives vague answers and seems to make things up on the spot, but Shannon eats it up. When Keo says Archie would love another dog, but not a puppy, Shannon immediately takes it seriously. It's classic Housewives nonsense, and it adds a little humor to an otherwise frustrating episode. Thankfully, not everything is petty arguments and psychic dog chats. Heather Dubrow actually does something meaningful this episode. She organizes a charity event outside Junior Cookies in West Hollywood to raise money for the Trevor Project, a crisis hotline for LGBTQIAS youth. It's a genuine feel-good moment that brings some light into an episode full of negativity. And of course, Heather takes the opportunity to show off her connections and her love for good desserts. Her event also doubles as a little ad for Junior Cookies, which, as fans know, are famous in the WeHo area. Emily also gets some positive attention this week for her work with the Innocence Center. She hosts a fundraiser to help an exonerated prisoner rebuild his life after being wrongly imprisoned for years. The goal is to raise money so he can go to mechanic school. And they actually surpass the goal, bringing in over 41 zeros. It's a genuinely touching part of the show that reminds viewers that these women sometimes use their platform for good causes, not just gossip and shade. But even at the fundraiser, drama finds its way back. Tamra tells Emily that she met up with Katie and that she heard some new gossip about Slade. Of course, Gretchen hears about it and immediately wants to confront Tamra, with Slade right by her side, ready to add fuel to the fire. But when they approach Tamra, she does the smartest thing she's done all season. She walks away. Gretchen calls her a coward and says she's running from the truth, but really, Tamra's just saving herself from another screaming match that would go absolutely nowhere. It's obvious that Gretchen wanted the confrontation to blow up. If Tamra had stayed, it would have turned into another round of shouting, denial, and old gossip resurfacing for the 100th time. Nothing new would have been said. It would have just been the same fight in a new setting. Gretchen seems to think she's exposing Tamra, but in reality, she's just giving Slade more screen time to say ridiculous things and pretend he's innocent. The biggest joke of all is Gretchen's claim that Slade only gets involved because the women keep bringing him up. That's just not true. Slade loves being in the spotlight. He's made jokes about the women in stand-up routines, talked about Tamra's personal life on camera, and constantly inserts himself into drama that doesn't concern him. He acts like a victim, but he's really one of the main troublemakers. 2. Slade's obsession with the Housewives spotlight is almost sad. He's been part of the franchise for years, and yet he's still trying to be relevant. He hasn't had a real job in ages, his public reputation isn't great, and fans are mostly tired of seeing him pop up whenever Gretchen needs backup. His need to stay involved in the drama feels desperate, and this episode only proves it more. By the end of the episode, nothing is resolved. Surprise, surprise. Tamra and Gretchen are still enemies, still bringing up old issues, and still blaming each other for everything wrong in their lives. The feud has gone on so long that it's starting to feel like part of the show's DNA. They might both secretly love the attention that comes from fighting, because without it, neither one would have much of a storyline left. If you've watched RHOC long enough, you probably know exactly how this will go. Next week, they'll pretend to move on, but then someone will bring up another old rumor, and it'll all start again. It's like watching reruns of your least favorite episode, but not being able to change the channel. Still, as annoying as it is, there's something undeniably entertaining about watching two people so committed to their feud that it's practically their full-time job. 2. And that's the magic of the Real Housewives of Orange County. Even when the fights are old and the insults are recycled, it's still addictive. Whether you love to hate them or just enjoy the chaos, Tamra and Gretchen keep us talking, even if we're rolling our eyes the entire time.